Hey guys, it's Melissa here. So today, whenever I was meditating to ask the universe what I should be doing a podcast on, what I heard was music. And when that popped into my head, I thought, okay, that's a weird topic. Why do you want me to talk about music? How can I turn this into a podcast? And what came to me was that music is like the one language that everyone can speak, Everyone likes music in one way or another. We may all have different tastes in music, but music is one thing that connects all of us. And I started to think about it, and what is amazing to me is my grandma is now in a nursing home. And she is in a memory care ward. So a lot of the people who are in with her, they don't know what day it is. They don't know who their kids are even. They don't know people's names. They don't even really know where they are. And I remember last Sunday, my uncle came to visit. So we got a big conference room in the nursing home, and we brought my grandma in there. They had lunch with her, and then we came, and we were all there visiting with her. And one of the residents, she came in. Her name's Billy, and she's so funny because she can be quite cantankerous, we'll say that, and she's a character. She, she doesn't talk too much when we're there. Other than, she'll say things every once in a while, and usually like in a little bit of a crabby way. But one day when we were there, my mom started talking to her, and then she started singing. And my mom loves music, and my mom sings, and so she was all over this, right? So she started singing, "If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands." Well, my mom started singing along with her, and then Billy started making everyone sing along and clap along with her. And when she did the clap your hands part, she would say, "Clap your hands," to the people sitting around. And then that led into another song, and we were just so amazed at all of the songs that she knew. She knew all of the words. And so when we were all visiting this past Sunday, my family members are sitting in the conference room, and Billy slowly makes her way in there. And one of the nurses says, "No, Billy, this is their family time." And my mom said, "It's okay, she's fine." So she came in and sat with us. Well, then, my mom said, "Can you sing a song? You want to sing?" So she lit right up and she wanted to sing. And she was in the middle of singing a couple of her songs, and her daughter came in. And she had just gotten back from a trip, and she said, "Okay, Mom, well, do you want to come go for a walk, or you want to visit?" And she said no, she didn't want to leave. And we were talking about how she knew all of these songs, and her daughter said, "She doesn't even know my name." And she would say, "Who am I?" And she couldn't think of her daughter's name. But she knew all of this music. She knew all of the words and the song. And the reason that I bring this up is because music is... It's amazing what music does. Music is so therapeutic, and it's healing, and it brings us all together. It brought us all together with her for that moment in singing those songs, and it made her so happy. You could see her smiling, and she wasn't the type that usually smiled. So I thought, why not talk about music and how we can use music to really heal our soul? Because I know there's so many people. I have had many clients the last few days contacting me to let me know that they are going through a lot of stuff in their lives, and they're feeling depressed and having anxiety. And it's not just one or two people. There's a lot of people who are feeling that way. And I know there's a lot of energy shifting going on right now, and a lot of people are experiencing things in their lives that are meant to teach them lessons. So it makes sense that they're going through things that might be uncomfortable and might be causing them some pain emotionally, and they may be feeling down or feeling stressed or feeling upset. So I thought I would talk about how music can help you to get you out of that funk. It can It can raise your vibration, because we've been talking about your energy vibration and how when you really want to manifest things, you have to be in the right vibration. And someone said to me the other day that they were having a hard time connecting to, like, they had spiritual gifts and they were able to see their guides and see spirits from the other side, and now they're having a really hard time doing that. And the person also was very depressed, so it made sense to me that, they were having a hard time connecting, because when we want to connect with our guides and with the other side, like, that frequency is so high, that energy frequency. And where we are normally vibrating is not as high as that. And if you're depressed, you're even lower. Your frequency is even lower. And in order to be able to connect, it's like we have to raise our frequency, and our guides have to lower theirs in order for our energy frequencies to meet. Like, we meet in the middle. So it's impossible for them to get to us if we're just really, really low and vibrating low energetically, because we're depressed or stressed or whatever. And that happens. So music is one way that you can raise your energy vibration. And if you're hoping to see awesome things happening in your life and to manifest, you've got to get in the right energy. And you've got to get in the energy of being happy and joyful and knowing that whatever you're hoping to see is on its way, and just that knowing, and not fear and worry and anxiety. And when you're feeling those, you're going to lower your energy vibration. And what we want to do is raise it. So music is a really, really good way to help us raise our vibration. So I pulled up an article just really quickly about the 10 benefits of music. Most of us probably know that music makes us feel better, but we may not actually know why. But studies have shown that when you hear music that you like, the brain actually releases a chemical called dopamine, and that has positive effects on your mood. It can make you feel strong emotions. We know that music is usually tied to events in our life. You have songs that make you think of certain people. I know my mom always told me, "I hope you dance." So that song, "I Hope You Dance," always made me think of my mom, and it makes me think of my mom. In the same way, my daughter, the funniest thing, we have no idea where this comes from, but the song "Baby Mine" from the movie Dumbo, and I actually knew the song from the movie Beaches, which I love that movie, and I just love the song. And I grew up watching that movie. My cousin and my sister and I, we would always watch the movie Beaches, and we had the soundtrack. And one whole summer, every home video that we took that year, there was some kind of song from Beaches playing in the background. And so that was kind of a theme for me. And I love that song, "Baby Mine." And I remember even as a kid thinking, I want to be able to sing this to my children someday. So here my daughter comes along, and I'm rocking her, and I'm singing that song, and she says, "Mommy, don't sing that song. That makes me sad." And she was only maybe 2. I don't know, not even, I don't know. And she, to this day, you can't even start to sing that song, and she tells you to stop. Like, she can't hear it. It makes her cry. We don't know where that came from. But emotions are tied strongly to music. So it makes sense, because music can make you feel sad or it can make you feel happy. So music and mood are directly tied together. If you listen to upbeat music, it will improve your mood. One of the songs that I really love is Justin Timberlake's "Can't Stop the Feeling," because it's so upbeat, and like anytime it comes on, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, I just have to sing along. And that's when I like Pharrell's "Happy" too, that's a good one. But I like to think of songs that really make me feel good when I sing to them. Another one that I really like is called "Precious Love," and it's by, and I'm going to think of it. It's called "Precious Love." Have to look this up really quickly. You have music on your phone and it just plays and you're like, I don't even know who sings that song. But that's another one. When it comes on, like, I just start singing. It's by James Morrison. So I just start singing that song. I love it. It just makes me feel better. So there are so many different songs that do that. And there are even angel frequencies like you can listen to. YouTube has them. I'll put a link to one of them in the description box of this podcast because you can find them. It's I'm trying to think of what the exact name of this is, but it's a frequency that is supposed to raise your energy vibration. And I'm going to think of the exact title of this. It's the ambient angelic tones, the binaural beat. So those are supposed to raise your energy vibration. And again, I'll put a description of that in the podcast description notes. But listening to music, it improves your mood. It reduces stress, especially if you're listening to something that has a slow tempo, it doesn't have any lyrics, and it's just nice, relaxing music. I like listening to that if I'm like relaxing in the evening and taking a hot bath or something. I will have that relaxing music playing in the background. And I like to include it in the guided meditations that I do too, because again, the music just kind of soothes you. It lessens anxiety. It also improves your exercise. So if you're in the middle of a workout, it's a lot better if you've got uplifting music. And you can tell, because whenever I used to do Zumba, if I had an instructor who had a song that was a slower beat, but they were trying to do these fast moves and it didn't line up with the music, it was so hard to do the moves because I'm thinking, this is way too slow. This music, like you need something that's much more fast-paced and much more uplifting and faster beat, and it's not matching to what we're doing here. And so it was really hard to do. So it's important that when you're doing exercise, the music you're doing matches. If you're doing high intensity, fast workout, you need that fast music. But if you're doing a more low impact, you wouldn't want music that was that fast. It also improves our memory. There was a study done of stroke survivors, and listening to music helped them experience more verbal memory and less confusion, and then better focused attention. Also, people recovering from surgery who listen to music, studies have shown that their overall pain is reduced compared to those who don't listen to music, which is kind of interesting. It's also just something that provides comfort. It's a coping mechanism, and especially if you find a song that is speaking to your soul. You know how it is, like if you're going through a breakup and you find a song that just says exactly what you're feeling and you listen to it and then cry, you feel better. And we don't want to stay in those sad emotions, but it is good to get your emotions out. So I say you feel your feelings and you need to feel them. It's just not being in a place where we're stuck in those feelings. So it is important to get out your feelings, not bottle them in and stuff them down. So sometimes listening to sad music can actually make us feel better because it helps us to cry, and then we release those emotions and then we can move on and feel better. So if you've lost a loved one, this is another thing that can help. Music can also improve cognition. People with Alzheimer's seem to recall more if they were listening to music regularly. It helps children with autism. They showed improvement in social responses, communication, and attention skills. And it also is used to soothe premature babies. Music and lullabies, they impact the vital signs. And think about the studies where they showed plants. They had 2 plants, and they had one that listened to music and one that didn't. And the plant that was had music playing around it seemed to thrive better than the one that didn't. So there's something to having music and playing music. And I feel like there are many people out there who are listening today who are going through something and you're just feeling a little blah and you're not feeling yourself, you're just off color, and it happens to the best of us, it does. The important thing is knowing that you don't want to stay in that place of depression or anxiety. you need to move your feet and to do something to get out of it. And it would be very easy to just say, no, I'm just going to go to bed and I'm just going to stay in bed and I don't have the desire to do anything and I don't want to do anything and I'm not going to, I'm not going to get out of bed. I'm just going to stay where I am because I don't feel like it. And it can be easy to do that, but you can't allow yourself to stay in that space. You've really got to force yourself to do something, to get out of bed. And it's probably for some of you going to be I had to force myself. And I get that. You have to force yourself. So one of the things that you could do is to start listening to some happy music. That might start lifting your mood. Go for a walk outside in nature and play happy music as you do. Because at that time, the music will be releasing the dopamine and your exercise will release the endorphins. And both of those things together are going to increase your mood and improve your mood. And so you really need to start doing things like that. And something else that just said that sometimes music can be a helpful weight loss tool, which I did not know. According to a study, people who ate in low-lit restaurants where soft music was playing consumed less food than those who ate at other restaurants. So I guess that they are attributing that to the music. It's just interesting, all of the benefits that music has. And it can also help you sleep better if you listen to soft, soothing music right before you go to bed. Again, that's why I use it with the guided meditations, because I feel like the music helps to put you in a more relaxed state. It can also help you, increase your motivation. Like I said, when you work out, you have to be highly motivated, and so music and having the right music can make your workouts better. So, when do you listen to music? How often do you listen to music? For me, I have a long drive to and from work, so I have plenty of opportunity to listen to music. And sometimes I do just pick songs that I know are going to make my day great because it's going to put me in a good mood, I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to get to work and be ready to start the day and ready to face anything that the day brings me. So what do you do to lift your mood, to elevate your mood, to elevate your energy frequency? Think about music and how that is something that could start helping you to raise that energy vibration, to elevate your mood, to get you going every day. I would just encourage you to consider putting together a music list. I put together a playlist on my phone. So I would have a playlist for when I want happy, peppy music and I need to lift my mood. And I have a playlist for when I want to relax. So it's softer music, slower music. I have a few different playlists. So make a playlist for when you want to be in a good mood and when you want to just take it easy, relax, rest, slow down. And if you're not sure what kind of music you really want, if you're looking for new music, go check out. YouTube has free videos. And it's a great way to just do a search if you know an artist you like to see if they have any new music. If you're on Spotify, you can always use Spotify as well. But there are a lot of great tools out there for finding good music. And, it's interesting because I have a very eclectic taste in music, so I listen to a little bit of everything. And to me, it's not about, it's this genre, that genre. It's, I heard it and I liked it, and so I want to hear it again. That's pretty much my taste in music. So I think you have to have sort of an open mind as well and not be too close-minded about the type of music that you listen to. Well, all right, guys, I hope that was helpful for some people. And if you are feeling stressed, depressed, I just want you to know that it's going to be okay. Whatever you're moving through, whatever you're working through, know that it's temporary. This too shall pass. It's not always going to be this way. And remember, we are creating our realities with our thoughts. So if you're not happy with where you are in life and what's going on in life, it's up to you to change that. And the best way to change that is to move your feet, do something, whether it's take a new course or start doing a more regular meditation program or exercising or whatever it is that's going to help you. Find something that is going to improve your daily life. Find a mantra that you love. There are all kinds of ways that we can improve our lives every day. If you are just at the point of, I don't know where to start, think about my program, A Purposeful Pilgrimage, because I teach you step by step how to do that. Or you can consider booking a Reiki session with me, clearing your energy chakras, healing the emotional and physical pain you may be feeling, restoring your natural sleep patterns. You can book a reading with me or a coaching session. I have packages for all of these things too. And coaching could include Reiki, it could include a reading, it could include a past life regression. It's whatever I think you need that's going to help you. I consult with my spiritual team before we meet, and I get a feel for what's going on in your life. And then based on when I talk to you, what we come up with, that is how we tailor the coaching session. We do what we need to do that's going to help you the most, put you on your path to your highest good. So I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and I pulled a card for you. The card is from the Teachings of Abraham deck, and it is, I am learning that all problems resolve themselves. When you have a problem, a desire exudes forth from you, and Source hears it and answers it immediately. Once you remove your attention from the problem, you then allow the solution. Give birth to the question and let it go, and allow the answer to flow. So when we are asking for answers from the universe, we have to learn how to ask our questions and then let it go and just let the universe bring us the solution, because we put too much of our worry and effort into it. Remember that the universe is always working on your behalf to bring you what's for your highest good and divine timing. And you have to believe that and know that everything is working out perfectly. Everything is working out perfectly. All right, guys, I hope to see you on my Facebook Lives. Right now, they're on Thursdays at 7 because I have a class on Tuesdays. So I'm thankful to those of you who have shown up the last few lives and who've watched the replay. Don't forget, when you're watching, make sure you comment and let me know you're there so I can pick you for a reading. Also, when you watch the replay, let me know you've watched the replay so I can pick you for a reading. I am sending you guys massive love and light. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.